All right, welcome back. Recap. Um, After the lovely fight with frogs and a giant man-eating bear, uh, Tabern was trying to battle inside whether he wanted to save Din quickly or wait it out like we were planning so that she could, you know, we could head back out on our way. We got back to our camp and realized everything was ransacked. The box of Sarath that we couldn't open was missing, along with several other items. Mentally had me in a panic. So, knowing Din was best at tracking, I decided to use the last of the water from the cave, the pure water from the cave that pretty much cures any poisons or um, status effects of that nature, so that we could hopefully find. It didn't work. Well, it worked on Din, but it didn't work in finding whoever ransacked us. So Din recalled a tribe of cat people that maybe were responsible, and we headed towards them when Tabarin got distracted with something shiny, something that he has seen previously as a child, and thinking maybe that was a way for him to find home, he followed the light, the wisps, until he came to this stone head statue, at which point Rogar collapsed to the ground. As I went to investigate, Breg also collapsed. Right before I collapsed, I noticed feathers sticking out of each of their necks, and I was out. That was a character perspective there.
So yeah, after Tabram went down, Harbeck was trying to convince Din to stop resting because Din wanted to rest, and Harbeck went down as well. Din realized what was happening at the very last second and managed to hide herself, which she's quite good at doing. She saw two shadowy figures approach out of the forest, search around, check each of the bodies of her comrades, and after searching for a while, they sort of spoke to each other in a weird language that she didn't understand, muttered something under their breath, and the statue's mouth opened up, and they walked inside, and then the mouth closed behind them. And that's where we are right now. So, Din, you're alone in a forest. Your friends are all sleeping.
I'm going to try and wake up Harbeck. Ooh, I bet I have a water skin. Maybe I'll try science.
Harbeck, shut up.
I didn't say anything. I'm really bad at holding my tongue, and that time I did.
I'm just going to pour it on you.
Okay, so you're pouring some water on Harbeck.
Please wake up. Please wake up.
Nope. Maybe if I kick him in the...
Just put this finger in where the bear claw went through.
Slap. Harbeck,
Harbeck,
wake up.
She's aware of the
Very-
needle, right? Like she could pull. She knows that
she already
that's.
has.
I took
Okay.
it out.
Harbeck, you very, very groggily realize that it feels like you're being slapped by waves, and in a moment of panic, you wake up. Wet.
This is the weakest beer I've ever tasted. What did you
What?
do?
It's water.
Oh. Yeah. Next time, make it into beer first.
That takes a long time. I needed you to wake up right now.
What happened? Did the trees get me too?
No, this feather got you. And then two guys came, and they went into the mouth of that thing.
Oh. Wait. Little guys?
Well, I mean, compared to the bear.
Right, but the mouth, like a guy wouldn't just fit in there. Did this?
They did.
Like, did it take him a time?
the mouth opened like a mouth, and they walked inside of it.
How did they open
Much
it?
more willingly than I walked into the frog.
Harbeck completely forgets that there are 3 other people somehow, and is looking for a mechanism on the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. Is it like a door? Is there a hinge somewhere? Starts looking for buttons.
Okay. Nothing is spotted. We still don't have a camera for Tabrin.
I'm working on it.
Okay, cool.
Should we try science on everybody else?
Oh, yeah, right. Yes, let's wake them up.
Okay.
Okay, so Tabrin and Rogar and Brig, each of you in turn is slapped or moistened or poked
It's
or
a
prodded or
combination.
gently hair stroked in the case of Brig and Harbeck.
You have been moistened awake. Congratulations.
Come on, little buddy, wake up. But eventually you are all woken up by the dwarf and Din.
So I don't know if this matters,
Did-
but 2 guys in hoods, remember the guy who took the thing on the beach? What is... Oh yeah, the crystal that we're not supposed to touch. They went into the mouth of that statue.
So this
They
is
were
not
saying
where the
things
cats
to
are.
each other, but I couldn't understand them.
Is investigating this more important than finding what was taken from us?
I don't know, but I didn't want to make that decision while you guys were all asleep.
They could well have been the ones doing the taking. We have no evidence it was the cats. That was just the best lead.
Why didn't... What did... They just walked around us? They didn't try to hurt any of us?
Yeah, no.
Trying
They
to
just left you
understand
there.
their motive.
I was totally ready to shoot them.
Don't lie, Din.
I rolled
have a
initiative
sense
and
for-
everything.
Can I will point out something, is as you went to wake them all up, Harbeck and Din, there were no darts in their necks.
What? How did...
But you have the one dart, and it's not like a mechanical, it's not like the darts that you had, Harbeck. It's a much more traditional wooden dart.
So we were put down by different darts?
I suspect that while they were walking around, they collected their darts.
Maybe they needed them for when they come back out and wanted to shoot you again.
Or shoot someone else. Yeah, I generally try to collect ammunition after a fight. Wasn't much of a fight, but same principle applies.
So, anyway, Harbeck looked and he can't find a way to get the mouth to open, but I still know where the cats are if we want to find them.
I'm fairly certain at least I can fit through that mouth without it opening anymore. I really don't want to go in that head.
You kind of just volunteered.
It was a terrible plan. I should have thought before I spoke.
Is there any chance that we'll get Rogar through?
Nope.
Maybe we can just
And
push
Harbeck,
it.
Harbeck, you are much too round to make it inside the mouth. You would
What did
you would
we,
make a perfect eye. You would make a perfect eye in the statue, but you would struggle to get through the mouth.
What?
I'm pretty
What did
little,
they-
I might fit.
Just show my belly
Last
button.
time, the last time Reese and I went off together, that worked out well. So
Did-
maybe the 2 of us can wiggle in.
Did you see how they opened it?
Yeah, they stood in front of it, and then it opened, and they went in.
They didn't. They didn't activate any sort of mechanism.
I didn't see them touch it.
If you were designing a magical door, would you
Speak, friend, and enter.
Bello.
set it so that when the magic wore off, the door was closed or open?
Closed.
It depends on if I want to keep people out or in.
Either of those, you'd need the door closed.
That was a logic fail.
But, I mean, if the door's magically smaller than its natural state and the natural state's open, we could try just, like, getting rid of the magic.
It seems
just try that
The
unlikely.
last time we tried to open something that didn't want to be open, it did not go well.
What do you mean? We got the only lead we have about where to go next. Like,
We
that
also
went really
blew up
well.
a bunch of townspeople.
And burnt down the inn.
No,
Well, burnt
not
the
down, not down, just burnt. Let's be...
I think we were responsible for the deaths of like 7 innocent people. That's something we should think about.
But can't
Don't, no, I
unmagic
blocked
things?
that out.
Did,
Tabarin,
did-
can you just unmagic it?
did the dart give me a short rest?
No.
Don't
Nice
counts!
But no. No. They're only out for
So-
about 15 minutes.
I might be able to
These
unmag.
people, whoever they were in their dark cloaks, put most of us to sleep, anyone they could see, retrieved their darts,
Yeah, if
and
they
then
didn't
went
take
inside,
anything from
where
us,
apparently, as far as we can tell, they dwell. They may have just thought we might be intruders, and they must not be that evil because they certainly had us in a position where they could have just killed us.
Well,
But if Din's
we-
right, these are those crazy lizard folk with the yellow crystal and the weird magic.
I
it
don't
might
think
be that
so.
we're alive because they don't know that we matter, not because they're not evil.
Do we
Maybe they
matter?
just
Do we know that
If
we
these
matter?
are followers of Sarath, I'm not sure that matters.
Existential questions, Brieg. I don't think they can be answered during a D&D session. I'm
We-
sorry.
Brig, we
Maybe
certainly
they just
matter in
stand
as far
for
as
the
we
same
are actively pursuing people in cloaks like theirs. If they had that information, we might not be alive.
But maybe they just shop for cloaks at the same place the lizard guys shop.
That's possible.
Did you buy a lot of clothes while you were out here in the woods, Din? You know, growing up.
No, just the ones I'm wearing.
Are there lots of shops that sell cloaks?
Is this a trick question?
Yes. It's unlikely to. It seems a bit unlikely that they happen to shop at the same store in the middle of the woods.
But if there's only one cloak store because we're in the woods, then they would have to shop at the same store.
I don't think there are any cloak stores.
Do you think this statue is
really
anatomically correct? Or, to be more specific, do you think it has a back door? We might just wait here.
Are you sure you want to go in the back door?
No. If they can't go out the back door, we might just wait here. And when they open the mouth to come out, punching.
Why do
And
you want to
hitting
punch
and
them?
kick.
They didn't. They only made you sleep, and I'm still sleepy.
I am unconvinced that they are
There's a
evil.
hole in my neck that's not supposed to be there. You punch that person. That's what
It's a
you
little.
do.
It's just a little. Like a pinprick.
You punch him. I want to go back to sleep.
I'll wake you up if the mouth opens.
Okay. Unless you guys
So-
want to go to the cats, I can still take us there.
Is this the plan then? Do we think that these are the people that stole our things? Did you see any of our things with them?
No,
So it seems to me that going to the cats may still be the best idea.
I will
We've got
tell
to recover
you.
that.
I was
But
trying to not be
going-
seen, so I didn't get that close.
Going to the cats has so much going.
We've got to.
I'm
We've got to
excited.
recover that box. Isn't that important? I thought that was important.
Right, but I think these
I-
guys have the box.
remember where
Why?
this is. I think they were Why did they not take anything from us after we were asleep? We obviously were not important to them.
Right. So
I guess
if these are the people we think they are, then they were following us in order to get that box. Which means if they saw us later, after putting us to sleep, they would know that we were important and would have killed us. Right? So
That's
they can't
fair.
possibly be those people.
and if they had ransacked our camp, they'd probably know that a group of 4 people looking like the ones that they saw were probably not just
Yeah.
like randomly in the forest.
I have a suggestion. Why don't we sleep until Tabarin can unmagic the door, and then if the door opens, we go in, and if it doesn't, we go find the cats.
I say we remember where this is and we go find the cats and then come back here after.
I really feel like sleeping is a good idea.
And I agree with that. Let's sleep first. Go find the cats.
If we're going to sleep before we find the cats, why did we break camp in the middle of the night?
It was Harbeck's idea.
Wait, what if we miss the explosion? We don't want to miss the explosion. That's how we know we found them.
Doesn't that involve a bunch of going?
Unless it's going to explode in the head thing. That's why I'm leaning toward staying here and waiting for the head thing to explode.
We could split up.
That's a terrible idea. I'm sitting right
No.
next to it.
Splitting up is
That went so
probably
well
not
last
the best
time.
plan.
It goes well every time.
It seems that there are enormous bears and poisonous frogs when we split up.
Well, it is a forest.
Din, how far are the cat people from here?
Not too far.
You'd make it before dawn.
We'd make it before dawn, but we wouldn't get to
How long
sleep.
until dawn? Harbeck starts looking at stars.
A few hours.
Oh. Aye. Okay. I'm not going to be much use when we get there.
Why did we come over here anyway? It was following will-o-wisps. I knew that was a bad idea.
Well, yeah. Well, who led us this? Tabarin. What? Why
You
did?
seem so sure of yourself.
Being sure of yourself isn't a bad thing.
It is when it leads to me falling asleep because I was poisoned in the forest.
Tabarin, I'd like to also be sure of yourself. Why did you lead us toward the wisps?
Call it a hunch, curiosity. I've encountered them before.
And it probably didn't end in you unconscious on the ground then.
No.
Well,
So do you have some
so-
reason to think that they know something? Or they trying to communicate with you?
I mean, what do you say we should do?
Honestly, I don't know.
I think we should knock.
But be sure of yourself. We should knock. Like the spell knock.
Don't have that.
I meant more figuratively knock than that, but yes.
So what's the plan?
We're knocking.
This
Are we really knocking?
is
I'll do it.
This is a great plan. You can't think out loud when Din's here. Haven't you? She always just does the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll one of these ones.
Let me guess, it's a stealth. Yeah, it's a stealth.
I'm going to take a cue from him. Yes!
Brig. You're more stealthy than Brig.
That is hardly possible.
Brig got his dexterity drained.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're not.
You're right, I'm not. So, bang, bang, bang on the lip of the thing. Lama, I got some terrible news. You just wasted a great stealth roll.
I know.
Nothing happens.
He'll never come back.
I would like to use thaumaturgy and make the sound of thunder in front of the door.
The sound of thunder. So, you think you didn't knock loud enough?
Correct.
I suppose that's pretty sound logic. Okay.
Sound logic.
I'm glad somebody caught. I'm glad somebody caught it. I was
The
gonna-
pun
Speaking
so
of sound
subtle.
logic, I don't know if you can hear my son, but
So
I actually am going to need to stand up to take care of him for a minute.
All right, you go do that. New babies, we understand. Okay, sound of thunder. Boom! Big loud thunder crash. If anything was unaware of your location in the forest, it's now very aware of your location in the forest, and nothing happens.
No, it just thinks that there's a weird freak storm with one thunder. that.
Look,
and no clouds.
Yeah,
if we're
that's-
sure
that
we want
happens.
to, if we're sure we want to investigate this thing, we might as well take a look inside it before we go getting all crazy. And I will pick up a pebble or small stick or something, cast light on it, and then float it down the mouth with Mage Hand,
Okay,
so we can
it
get a better
goes.
look inside.
It goes about 15 feet deep, and you can see, like, it very, like, because of the size of the inside of the mouth, it lights it up quite clearly, so you can see exactly what the inside of the mouth looks like. It looks like the inside of a carved stone mouth. There doesn't seem to be any kind of tunnel or passageway or anything behind the mouth.
What if the box exploded right during the thunderclap and we didn't hear it?
The box didn't explode. These people don't have it. There aren't any people. I think that Din may have been hallucinating.
No, I mean the cat people, whatever they are. We can't be
But they're-
that far behind them. How long were we asleep?
Well, they're gonna get back to their camp before they open the box, and if it's still several hours away, we're not there yet.
Fair enough.
And
So,
neither are they. It
if-
was really my point. They
I
aren't
think we
there yet.
abandon the statue. We head to the cat people. If we want to take a short break before we go, a rest, I'm okay with that. Or we move forward.
Wait a minute.
If we're gonna
I
rest,
already suggested we rest, and Tabern's the one who told us to chase the flashy lights that got you all knocked out. So I feel like if we were going to rest, we should have done it when I said we should.
so now
because I
you
have-
don't want to rest.
No, I do. I'm tired. I just want to point out that my idea
She
was
just
just
wants
as
to
good
rest
as
a few
Tabern's
hours
idea.
ago.
Are we going to rest here right in front of the cave full of scary people?
We could rest on the other side, and we don't know they're scary. They just shot you with a dart.
And then they disappeared into a
That's-
completely solid stone. That makes them scary. I don't really care what else.
Harbeck has an idea, and it's actually not a terrible one. Detect magic.
I have seen
If
a
you
lot.
don't detect any, then they're definitely here, and it's those guys that don't detect with the magic.
That's your logic. Detect
No.
magic, and if we don't detect it, that means there's magic?
Because their magic isn't magic, it's those guys.
Yeah. Or maybe Din
No, I'm
also-
right about this. I know I am.
Maybe Din is so sleep deprived and tired that she's seeing things. It happens. I've
Well,
been
it
there.
happens to the people that I respect and care about a lot.
Yeah, that's right. It does.
I will say that since I left home, I have seen much stranger things than two people walking into the mouth of a statue.
Detect, just do the detect magic. If there is magic, then this isn't the people we're looking for, and we'll leave. If there's not, we can discuss whether it's because nothing happened or because something happened.
Does anybody actually have detect magic? I don't think anyone actually has detect magic.
Somebody
I
does.
don't.
We've used it before, right?
I'd have cast it already.
I think we have dispel. I don't think we have detect.
Yeah, I have dispel magic.
Haven't we investigated magical effects before? I really thought that Tabarin could do this.
We
Does
have
the dragon
rolled-
have it?
We have rolled Arcana checks. The dragon might have it.
Oh, he's off tending to
I'm
a
sorry,
small
have
squealing
what?
youngster. Can you detect magic?
Do you have the detect magic spell?
If I do, I don't think I have it prepared. I don't think I even have it though.
I mean, I can
Do I?
search the statue head for any sort of
You are
runic markings or.
But hey, what about the other
magical
guy, the
energies.
prissy one? He seems magical.
Detect magic is a cleric spell. So you can have it.
What level is it?
It's a level 1 spell.
Don't clerics just know all of the spells? They just have to prepare them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's
if
definitely
we do
not
what Din
prepared.
wants and sleep, we can detect magic in the morning.
Didn't I say that? Wasn't that exactly my idea?
Well, this is kind of out of character now because we're reading rule books and stuff, and Harbeck probably doesn't know this.
I think that works, right? Is that what is? I do hear a tiny baby. Tiny baby. I love tiny babies. What's the plan then? Have we settled on a plan?
So what you're suggesting is that we bed down and nap here in front of the terrifying statue head that may or may not be filled with more terrifying, not quite magic users that obviously want us dead. That's what you're suggesting.
I was not suggesting that exactly. I never said where we should sleep. Just
never
that
said
knowing
we should
if this
sleep.
magical mouth is actual magic or weird invisible magic would be important information. That's my point. Whatever we do with that point is up to someone who's better at planning than me.
You probably need to walk right at the statue and really believe.
Then,
I
care to
do
try
believe
some
in
science
fairies.
before
I
we go
do
to bed?
I'm really tired for science.
Everybody on the Hogwarts train!
All right. Well, I'll
Do I have
take
to be
first
pushing
watch,
a
I
luggage
guess.
cart or something?
I already took first watch. Who's got second watch? I'm going to sleep. I got eaten by a frog on first watch.
You
I'm
might
gonna
have a
camp
good
on the
point
back
about
side of
not
the head,
camping exactly
so-
here.
If
I'll
they
take first
come
watch.
out of the front side of the
I
head,
can take middle watch.
they'll
since
hopefully just
I'm the
leave
least
and-
wounded person in the party, I think.
I think so. So where are we camping? Around the back of the statue.
Yeah.
That
I'm
seems
not
like
con-
an excellent plan. These guys definitely probably don't check behind here when they leave.
I'm pretty convinced that if they wanted us dead, they would have killed us when we were all sleeping and they had the opportunity.
So what, do they think that we're just like wandering by and that as long as we fall asleep in the middle of the night, we'll wake up on the ground and not wonder what happened?
No, I think they just think we won't know where they went. And then it won't matter one way or the other.
So if they find us sleeping in slightly different locations than where they left us, that's likely to not arouse suspicion.
If they find us, we have different problems.
I thought your point was that we wouldn't have a problem if they found us, because they don't want us dead.
We just probably they won't kill us.
Oh, well,
If they
not dead is one of my favourite things to be, and I'm awfully tired.
I'm sleeping.
So we're making camp.
This is the worst idea. We are so bad at decision making.
My
I
favorite thing is that we just
legitimately-
spent the last like 30 minutes arguing about whether or not we should sleep in front of it by the statue.
I do not think that the people who went in there are evil. Black cloaks do not automatically make somebody evil.
Right, it just makes them hidey.
So Rogar, you're preparing a detect magic spell, I imagine.
And
Yes.
Rogar, is there any knowledge of the freelands that you could draw a connection to where this dart may be from? Who created it?
You've never seen anything or heard of anything like it before, so no. Unfortunately. Okay,
Alright.
so we're making camp. Are you lighting a campfire?
No.
Good choice. That's the first smart decision we've made tonight. Well done. I'm proud of you guys. It was like a unanimous no as well. All right, so everybody's here, and we're making camp. Tavern, I need a perception check from you. Rogar is going to need a perception check as well. And who's taking final watch?
They didn't hear us knock. They didn't hear the thunderclap. But now Harbeck is leaned up against the back of the skull snoring.
It'd be amusing if they came out. We're like, can you please be quiet?
We can't sleep in here! Come on, man!
But who's taking final check?
Harbeck is way too exhausted for final check.
If I still have time to get all my spells back if I wake
Yeah,
up.
you'll
and
have. I'll give you.
Yeah,
I'll give you.
I'll take final watch then.
Okay. All right, and we're sort of
The
resting for about
person
6.
with the worst perception takes the final watch.
Hey, it'll be daytime by then. It's late enough that if we're sleeping for 8 hours, I'll be watching in the light. So that might help.
Probably not.
You have dark vision.
I was going to say
You're the one person that doesn't matter.
It's still a -1 modifier.
Just because I'm the only person on our team that can conceivably roll a 0 on his perception check,
And did tonight.
and
You
has
did
in the
tonight,
past
that's very
more than once.
Okay, so the night passes without incident. You all manage to get a good amount of rest. Brieg, during your watch, you are absolutely paranoid and hear all sorts of weird noises because you're standing next to this huge, looming, terrifying skull or head statue thing, which you're very uncomfortable around. But otherwise, the night passes without incident. You all get your spells back. You can spend hit dice. And all of the other things that happen with a long rest. I think you get a level of exhaustion back with a long rest, or is it a full day's rest for...
No, it's just a long rest. You get one.
Oh.
So
So you get a level of exhaustion back as well.
did I get an extra one for walking through part of the night, or just the one from the drink?
So everybody would have gotten a level of exhaustion, but you rested, so...
You don't have to roll hit dice.
Oh, right, you don't have to roll hit dice because you're a long
Get all
rest.
your
You
hit
just
points back after a long rest.
you get all of your hit points back.
Oh, how about my dexterity?
1 long rest, 1 point of dexterity back.
Okay. I'm going to be useless for quite some time.
Maybe the dragons can heal you if we ever get there.
It's going to take us more than 4 days to get there. So, I'll be better
Okay.
by then anyway.
Alright, so you all wake up. You're now behind the statue. It's light out. You can see quite clearly.
So I've spent some time studying this thing.
Oh dear.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, sorry. It occurs to me that it's almost certainly from some sort of ancient civilization. Do you know anything about this area's history, Rogar? Din?
So...
I was
History-
raised by wolves.
Rogar, you can roll an intelligence check on this one. Just an unskilled int to see how much you remember from your teachings. Okay, there's all sorts of different legends, but they stretch back like millennia. Tales of ancient glorious civilizations that lived on Amaris. Like the temple at Alisar, for instance, is nothing that could have been built by man, dwarf, or dragonkin. You know, in like the known history of the thing, but it's always been there, and it's, you know, there are tales basically of these glorious civilizations, but they're all embellished. They're all more fairy tale than fact, and there's no hard knowledge of anything.
Is it possible that this may be of the same type of construction as the Temple of at Amaris? I've unfortunately not seen the temple.
It's carved from the same kind of stone. Rogar, you have seen the temple at Alisar. And Din, you've seen it as well, so even you could note that it's the same stone. But like the carvings in the Temple of Alisar and the stonework is different. It's a different aesthetic. Same type of stone though, which is not like a traditional limestone or marble or anything like that. It's an unusual type of stone that is It's not out of place. It's just not the sort of stone that you would normally see carved for ornamental purposes.
So, did we want to detect magic on this?
Oh, that's a jolly good idea.
Can you do that?
Well, no, not per se. I'm more of an illusionist. An enchanter? Anyway, detecting magic is not my forte.
But I guess Rogar will cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rogar. It is magical from the school of transmutation.
So can we unmagic it?
Well, that's definitely not the people we're after then. Let's go. Right? Isn't that...
Right. Let's
Are
go
you
find
not-
the cats.
Are you not fascinated by this? It's not only a statue of some ancient civilization, but it's also enchanted. It's
Oh, we know it's enchanted. The mouth opens.
Well, let's disenchant it and see if the mouth opens.
Would that work? Wouldn't the mouth just stay not open?
I have no idea. There's really only one way to test that, isn't there?
I suppose.
Do you guys want to know where the cats are?
Cats?
After we turn off the mouth.
Why are we turning off the mouth? What did the mouth do to you?
Well, if it opens, we can go in, and if it closes, they can't come out. So either way, we're good. Right? There's no lose here.
That's the same logic I used, and you said I was wrong.
I've had a full night's sleep. I feel a lot more reasonable.
I don't think that logic really enters into it with you two. However,
Silver Star does note that there is a third option, which is you disenchant the mouth and it's
it's possible that the mouth is an entrance to some sort of extra-dimensional plane, which, if disenchanted, could just spew forth all of its contents, which would be interesting, to say the least.
How big are these extra-dimensional planes you speak of?
How
Well,
likely is it that this mouth is a door?
have you ever
maybe
heard
it's
of a bag of holding? Each of those enters into a sort of extra-dimensional space. They vary in size from, a minor one called forth by some sort of minor spell to entire worlds, universes full of space. I have
Entire
no idea.
universes. Okay, so I'll stand about here. Now,
it's
okay, go
unlikely.
ahead.
It's unlikely to be one of those if it's something they're using as a hideout. I would anticipate perhaps a house worth of space.
Great. Harbeck backs up about a house versus space. Do your science.
Again, I'm going to have to rely on one of my other magically talented companions for this.
Is
I can do this, and I make some little illusory dancing lights, because...
You're super useful. I like
Are
you.
you the one the tabard was following last night? Because if so, I'm so mad at you.
Then I don't.
Of
Do you?
course not.
Not gonna. I'm just gonna stand over here. Do the thing
Everyone-
with the exploding. I want to see the boom.
I don't know
Prepare.
that that's going to happen. The mouth could simply open or close.
It's already closed.
Right, but the other thing would be the most fun. Let's do. I should probably move Harbeck over here.
Dindia, you should probably step back just in case.
so whoever has the Dispel Magic spell, they're the ones you've got to convince.
Tavern, if you would.
this one's not on me.
I believe it's Rogar that can get rid of the magic.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Yeah, Tavern's got the spell. He just doesn't want to take the blame for what
He
happened.
just doesn't want. He just want to do it.
Tabarin,
Doesn't
you are
wanna
casting
do
by proxy. We'll all sign the release. This is Silver Star's fault, not yours. I want to see the thing do the thing.
Fault.
Okay, so you're casting
I need-
Dispel Magic.
To
Fault
roll
is such a loaded word.
a skilled charisma check. Here we go. So with that roll, it would be any 4th level spell or lower is
On a 7?
yeah, it's automatic 4th level and lower.
Oh.
Yeah, if he's over 10, then every point over 10 is like an extra level. Okay, you cast your Dispel Magic, and it fizzles.
Well, that was disappointing.
I wanted to see a universe explode into my universe. That sounded very fascinating.
I never thought that was particularly likely.
Well, why'd you get me all excited? I'm standing way over here.
Well, I suppose I'm out of ideas. There was something about cats?
Do you speak hooded guy language? Is that a thing? Because they said a word that opened the mouth. Do you know any, like, open sesames or something like that?
I speak a couple of languages, none of... Well...
Say all the words you know in all the languages you know. Just do that at the thing.
As interesting an idea as that is, if we assume that I can say, let's say, 2 words a second, we'll be here...
Oh, don't do math. Don't tell math to me. I'll go find the cat, you stand there and say words. We'll be back.
It's
Okay.
unlikely
Wait,
that...
you don't have to say any of the words in common because I'm certain they were not speaking common.
It's
Carry on.
unlikely that they were speaking Gnomish or Elvish either, which are the two languages in which I'm most fluent. If you didn't... If you weren't able to hear and remember the command word, it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to guess it.
Oh, what if it's made up words? Just say all the made up words you know.
Tabran, while it sort of looked puzzled, frustrated, it didn't work. I'm going to try it again. And he tries it again. And that'll dispel 5th level spells?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, while you're all standing there arguing about whether Brieg should read a dictionary,
In a
3
foreign
dictionaries.
language.
3 dictionaries. Don't do that, by the way. Seriously, don't read a dictionary. You hear a creaking sound as the stone mouth slowly opens.
Well,
Are they coming out?
that's disappointing. That didn't explode at all.
And you said it was a transmutation spell, right? Not merely an illusion. Fascinating. Lord Silverstar walks right over to the open mouth to go and peer in it and investigate.
Wait, Bree, look, what? Never mind.
What?
Okay.
Yes?
Just, there might be some danger in there. You might...
Oh, right, certainly.
You see a sort of carved stone passageway leading down underground. Your dark vision lets you see about 60 feet down, and it seems to continue down and at an angle in a straightish line, as far as you can see.
Oh, that's a lot of down.
What's particularly fascinating to me about this is that one assumes that the statue is not always, laying here on its side, missing all of its body. Do you think that this passage was constructed after it fell, or is it somehow connected to the rest of the This is...
I think I was right about trees being made of nothing and piling up dirt. I think I was right about that. And I need the other you to talk to. I win the argument.
You're absolutely not right about that. The notion is absurd.
So what's
there are
inside
laws
the mouth?
governing the preservation of matter.
Just a passageway, 60 feet long, as far as you can see from up here with dark vision. 60 feet long, continuing down straight, stone walls that are carved roughly, not smoothly. And yeah, just a passage.
I would just like to take this moment to point out that my plan worked.
All
Just
right,
like
we've come
the
this
golden
far.
lizard. Let's go.
In. Let's go.
So we're heading inside the mouth.
Yeah. That's the best idea.
There's no debates. Harbik, you get to go underground.
Is your
Yeah, Harbeck's totally happy. We're going back to stone walls and floors.
Tabarin, is the magic you use to dispel that, is that permanent?
Yes.
Well, excellent then. We'll just have to hope whoever it was that cast a spell in the first place doesn't come back and close us in.
We're pretty sure they're inside, so they'd be closing themselves in, and we'll ask them how to get out.
As Lord Silverstar walks in, I prestidigitate the sound of rocks grinding and closing back up.
Everybody poke Lord Silverstar. Make him grumpy.
Except that at the sound of the closing stone, Lord Silverstar's innate nature returns, and a wild-eyed gnome turns around to look at the passage behind him.
Does that mean we're trapped in here? I don't want to be trapped in here. I don't.
Harbeck gives him a hug. It's okay, Brig. It's okay.
Right.
We were just trying to play a trick on old Silverstar there. Got to get under his skin a bit.
Are we really going in here? Is this the best idea?
You guys remember that he tears off people's ears, right? And then
Who,
wolves eat
Silverstar?
them?
No, Silverstar's never torn an ear in his life.
And on that note, I think we'll say good session. I think that'll be the end of today's session. We're heading into the statue head that was lying on the ground with the secret hidden passage that leads deep underground. That's where we're going to be leaving it.